It's great to be back in Fiserv Forum. What an unbelievable crowd. Just so grateful for our fans, our students. Great atmosphere. The energy that the crowd gave us, particularly in the first half, as we were making a couple runs. It felt like a Big East game from the standpoint of the atmosphere. Can't thank our fans enough for making this place such a special place to play basketball, coach basketball. In terms of the game, I thought we did some really good things at times. It's typical first game in that, we failed to put together 40 minutes of sustained Marquette basketball, particularly on the defensive end. There's a lot of things on the tape that we'll look at and need to do different and want to do different. I did think that everyone that went in the game gave us a contribution in some way or another, which is always a good step in the first game. We're going to have to figure out, our lineups and our rotations, because we do have a lot of guys that can go in and help us, and we do got some older guys that, have demonstrated a level of, championship pedigree. But that doesn't mean that, it just happens. They've got to go out and make it happen on both ends of the floor. But excited about, game one, and then really, really excited about getting an opportunity to get back to practice on Wednesday and work on improving.
Yeah, Shaka, you played 10 guys in the first half, a lot of different combinations. When you're coaching a game, how do you evaluate the lineups to throw out there?
Well, I wanted to play those 10 guys in the first half. It's every team is different. The dream scenario is guys are playing so hard that they need a break, and we, we've got a couple more notches to get to that point. But I thought Trey Norman, went in the game and gave us a good lift, did some really good things. Zay just got a minute or two in the first half, but then the second half he was part of, the lineup that we went zone with that allowed us to kind of pull back into a larger lead. And then Al, he might have set the record for quickest basket, for a freshman after subbing in the game. All those guys got a ton of potential. We got a lot of work to do to help get them up to speed to be ready to play at a high level.
Just imagine a banner-raising ceremony before a game could cause a distraction for some people. How did you like the way the team responded to get off to that quick lead after all that stuff going on?
I thought our team responded really well. We had talked in shoot-around about the fact that the banner was going to be unveiled. One of our coaches, Neil Barry, talked about, hey, guys, it's, all that stuff from last year's over, and, it's really time for us to focus on what we want to do moving forward, which our guys have done. But I think sometimes when things are said over and over again in the media, and just the nature of even the videos on the video board, those are clips from last year because we haven't played yet this year, and that's fine. But I thought our guys did a nice job of wanting to play, wanting to take this next step with this team, understanding that this team is different than last year's team. And now what's going to be fascinating is, looking at the video, all of us collectively understanding, wow, there's, 17 areas where we've got to be way better on the defensive end. There's, 8 or 9 areas on the offensive end that we can be way better, and everybody buying into that.
Cam had 20 points on 9 shots. How have you seen him be more efficient on offense?
I mean, he's such a good scorer. He puts the ball in the basket in a lot of different ways. He scored 20 tonight, without breaking much of a sweat on the offensive end. I did think he had some very good defensive possessions, which is an area where we've really challenged him. But he's a heck of a player, and maybe in a different game with a different mentality, he plays, 33, 34 minutes, and, he scores 30 points. But I love the fact that, for the most part, our guys all played unselfishly. They played to help one another. They cheered for each other on the bench, and that's who we are.
It seems like this year's team is a lot better three-point shooting team than last year. What have you changed anything on offense to kind of accentuate that more?
We were a better three-point shooting team in the first half. But yeah, I think, first of all, starting lineup has one more guy in it that, is a really, really dangerous outside shooter. Omax was a good shooter. Jop is a excellent shooter, even though he didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight. I think when you have him and Cam together out there on the floor, and if Tyler's able to shoot the ball the way he did tonight, that can be a very good lineup. Benny Gold is someone that's going to be a really, really good shooter. He's actually shot the heck out of the ball in practice. His threes tonight didn't look great. He looked a little wobbly, a little off balance. I thought he did some other things really, really well. Got his hands on the ball, rebounded the ball well. Had a couple dunks. But he's going to be someone that makes shots for us as well. And Chase Ross is emerging in that department as well.
Shaka, all the build-up, all the practice. How does it change for you and the team once you start playing games?
I'll tell you what, I'm grateful that we've started to play games, because until you've played the games and you don't have that game feedback, then you're almost like waiting and you're practicing. And as a coach, there's certain areas where we got to get better at this, we got to get better at that. But I think the games allow us to really get the guys' attention, because let's be honest, the guys want to play well in the games. They want to play well in practice, but they really want to play well in the games. And so we'll look at tonight's game tape. I'm sure our guys have very high standards, so I'm sure a lot of them will see things that they want to do better. And then as a team, we'll have a lengthy film session like we normally do on Wednesday. And it won't just be stuff that we need to do better. It'll be some things that we did well that we want to replicate and do more often. But I love coaching this group because it's a very receptive group, and they crave feedback.
Everyone was kind of expecting Chase to have a breakout season. How did you see that confidence that he gained over the summer carry over to the game today?
I thought, the thing about Chase is you just want him out there. You want him out there, and so many different situations on offense, on defense. I like his confidence. He's asserting himself more with talk. That's the most exciting thing about Chase, is the more he talks, the better he'll play. The more he communicates, the better we will be as a team. The more he leads, the further we can go. And tonight was a good step with that, with his first game of the year. Good. Thank you, guys.